Hey everybody, it's Chris back with another review for the Blue Collar Bear Gourmet. Today I'm going to be reviewing a San Diego brewery which I've had a lot of success with. Very happy with every beer I've had from this particular brewery, and that is the Alpine Beer Company. They are actually in the foothills of the mountains that surround San Diego. Let's see if I can find the exact city in which they are. Um, no, it doesn't say the actual city. Oh, actually, Alpine. Alpine is where it is. Okay. One sip and you'll know it's a special occasion. Intense hop bitterness, fresh pine aroma, and dry hopping define this world-class pale ale. This is their Hoppy Birthday Pale Ale. Um, and I looked it up. It doesn't say anything about whether it's dry hopped or wet hopped or what exactly it is. But I did pay $2.29 for this 12-ounce bottle. Now, that does keep it within basically the $2 price range, which I tried very hard to keep the beers that I review on here. 47 of my friends have given this beer a 4.0. I'm sorry, 4.02. 73,000 of us have given it a 3.87 cumulatively. Normally, a pale ale is supposed to come in within the range of 4.5 to 6.2 ABV. This has 5.25 ABV. So actually, it says on here 5.3. Untapped, I don't know who puts it in untapped sometimes, but anybody else besides me noticing that sometimes the ABV is off? Like you look at the bottle and go, why didn't somebody just read it off the bottle instead of assuming? Uh, Normally a pale ale comes in anywhere between 30 and 50 IBUs, which is actually quite a range. This has 60 IBUs, so it's a super hoppy pale ale. Pale ales are supposed to be moderate to normally have moderate to strong hop aroma, low to moderate maltiness. They are toasty, bready, caramely, with fruity esters in the bouquet. Medium light, medium body, pale gold to light amber, off-white head with great retention. Flavor balance should be towards hops and bitterness with maltiness as its support agent. Clean aftertaste, medium to high carbonation. And it did say in my beer atlas that pale ales were actually no, I guess it was at BJCP, where I discovered that, and I do remember actually distinctly, pale ales were pretty much the norm for craft beer drinkers until the extreme explosion of IPAs came on the scene. And very recently I reviewed Boulevard Beer. I grew up on Boulevard Beer. I grew up in Kansas City, so it's one of my favorite beers. But yeah, I mean, back in the 90s, I mean, it was a pretty safe bet that if you were going to if you're going to a friend's house who didn't drink crap beer, they were going to have either Boulevard Unfiltered Wheat or Boulevard Pale Ale. So, but you know, IPAs hit the scene, and don't get me wrong, I like IPAs. They're one of my favorite styles, but I gotta admit, I am really ready for another style to become the hot new style. It's just, I went into a bar recently, they had over 30 taps, and 17 of them, 17, more than half, were IPAs. So I think it's getting a little out of hand. I did forget to mention, and I'm going to say right now, that on top of the untapped rankings, the Beer Advocate has has 2,856 people on Beer Advocate have given this beer a cumulative score of 4.3, making it outstanding on their scale. So, going to be using the Venezia bottle opener that Tony got. There we go. So you can see the little gondolier right on. Pop this bad boy open. Mutilated that cap. Okay. I'm using my British pint glass that Nancy got me out of my beer glass set. And let's see exactly how this pours. And this is pouring a very golden color. Lots and lots of carbonation, not just because it's pouring directly, but I'm seeing a lot of carbonation in this. And there is that foamy white head that's supposed to be there. Yeah, we've got plenty of bubbles coming up through there. Lots and lots of effervescence. Bringing it to the nose, what I first smell is hops. And then I do smell the maltiness behind that. This is exactly as BJCP said it should be. That hop profile should be kind of at the forefront and maltiness should support it. And based upon the bouquet, that's very much the case. I'm getting piney, citrus, all the adjectives that I read to you just a minute ago off the bottle in respect to this pale ale. That's exactly what I got. I am getting a little bit of biscuitiness, the usual pale ale smell that you get, bready. Maybe I'm getting a little bit of caramel, but I don't think so. If I'm getting it, in it at all. It's on the back. But anyway, I think I've done enough talking about it. Let's get to drinking. Cheers. Oh yeah, that's a good beer. I'm going to describe that as a medium-high mouthfeel. Fair amount of spikiness. Very clean tasting. No real alcohol burn. Hops are to the forefront, but they're tempered. The bitterness is tempered definitely by the malt. Slightly sweet flavor, but oh so very slightly. Yeah, I think it's an adjective that gets overused sometimes when it comes to beer, but it is very clean tasting. I mean, it's just honestly, you feel like you could rinse your mouth out with this beer. It's so clean tasting. Um, as I said, and now you're. Let's see if I do that. Does that take away my skin tone? That's pretty close to the color. You're seeing pretty close to the color that this beer actually is. Uh, Not getting much lacing, but that's okay. I don't know what you're really supposed to with a pale ale. This is a hell of a beer. Um, Honestly, if this, once again, as I said, I can't cut down scores just because I've had so many amazing beers lately. But this really is. This one deserves. I was gonna say 4.25, but actually it deserves a 4.5. This might be one of my favorite hoppy pale ales to come out of there. This is really good beer, and I'm going to highly recommend it. And despite the fact that it's $2.29, bringing it a little bit more than my usual $2 price point, I still say go for it, man. Grab a bottle of this and dig in. So until next time, drink good beer. Don't break the bank doing it, and cheers.